Welcome back. This is part 2. If you notice, I'm going to use the same places. We were practicing expressing, have you done this? And we practiced with a forest, different country, island, bay, desert, volcano, waterfall, a continent, rainforest, mountain. But now what we're going to do, instead of expressing what we have done, we're going to express what we will do, and that's the future tense. If you need to, you can go back into the Spanish 3 digital notebook. You can go into the previous unit, and you should find resources to help you review the future tense. This is something that many students said they wanted me to do, so here we go. Practice repeating after me. I want you to pause as often as you need. Make sure we're practicing that hand-eye coordination, that brain, eye-hand connection. So make sure you're pausing this. Make sure you're taking the time to take some notes. Ready? Repite, por favor. Viajarás a un bosque. Viajarás a un país diferente. ¿Viajarás a una isla? Sí, viajaré a un bosque. No, no viajaré a un bosque. Viajaré. All right, ready? I'm going to ask you all 3 questions. I want you to try to answer out loud. Don't worry about perfect pronunciation. Just practice. Número 1. ¿Viajarás a un bosque? ¿Viajarás a un país diferente? ¿Viajarás a una isla? All right, now you ask me the questions. Número 1. Sí, viajaré a un bosque. Un bosque en las montañas Shenandoah. Pregúntame número 2. Sí, viajaré a un país diferente. Quizás España o México o Costa Rica o Chile, no sé. Pregúntame número 3. Ask me number 3. Sí, viajaré a una isla. Puerto Rico. Remember, when we were practicing in class, we paused. If someone said no, because they did not, I will not travel to that, we asked them, ¿por qué no? Why not? If they said, sí, I will travel to that place, we said, ¿dónde? Where? Or ¿cuándo? When? Or ¿cuál? Which? Just to follow up and have further conversation. We reviewed the future tense in Spanish. Has, ha, hemos, es, han. You start with the infinitive, leave the infinitive as it is, slap on the ending. We have a few irregulars. And yes, we played patty cake to practice the verbs. Remember that in class, we take the time to write at least one of the questions. We were writing our own personal answers to all of the questions, or maybe just one. Again, some students were like, Mrs. Stuck, I get it after one. I don't need to do it. Okay. Other students are like, I need to take lots of notes. It's how I learn. So you're going to do what's right for you because you are the student. After we had that time to think, then we had partner practice, and we had 2 students practicing back and forth, and I modeled with my puppets. I gave you guys time in class to practice. And then what we did is then I used my cards, and I called on people in class to make sure that you could understand. And again, what would happen is if someone asked, ¿viajarás a una isla? And someone said, sí, viajaré a una isla, the class went, ¿dónde? Where? Or ¿cuál? Which? Or ¿cuándo? When? And if they said, no viajaré a una isla, we said, ¿por qué no? Why not? And they might have said, no me interesa, no me gusta, no quiero, no tengo tiempo. Just kind of getting people to converse. All right, here we go. We're going to practice describing and asking, will you go to these places? Notice that you have the infinitive and you have the ending added here. Repite, por favor. ¿Irás a una bahía? Sí, iré a una bahía. ¿Irás a un desierto? No, no iré a un desierto. ¿Irás a un volcán? Sí, iré a un volcán. ¿Irás a una catarata? No, no iré a una catarata. So ready? I'm going to ask you. Número uno. ¿Irás a una bahía? ¿Irás a un desierto? ¿Irás a un volcán? ¿Irás a una catarata? All right, now, pregúntame a mí. Ask me. Número uno. Sí, iré a una bahía. La bahía de Chesapeake. Pregúntame número dos. No, no iré a un desierto. Hace mucho calor. Número tres, pregúntame. Sí, iré a un volcán en Hawái. No tengo dinero, pero está ok. Número cuatro, pregúntame. Sí, iré a una catarata. Oh, yo quiero ir a Niagara Falls in New York. Now, yes, honestly, if you're watching this and you're not a person involved in our school system, you're like, why aren't you only focusing on Spanish-speaking countries and places there? Well, my students don't know those places yet. We will get to those. Right now, we're practicing just being comfortable learning the words and getting the grammar in and being able to communicate. And sometimes it's easier to learn about other places once you're able to discuss what you're familiar with. Again, the future tense. Again, think, pair, share time in class. If you haven't done any writing, you should do some writing now. All right. Hacer was one of those irregulars. And as you can see, hacer, Hacer, changed to harás. It just does. So, harás una gira. ¿Harás una gira por el continente? Sí, haré una gira por el continente. If I go too fast, I tend to forget to pause. Hit the pause button, you practice. Got it? ¿Harás una gira por una selva? Sí, haré una gira por una selva. ¿Harás una gira de una montaña? No, no haré una gira de una montaña. Whoops. Looks like a lot of these pictures were clip art. It looks like I had to cite my source for one of the pictures here. Ready? I want you to ask me uno, dos, and tres. Número uno. No, no haré una gira por el continente. No tengo tiempo. ¿Y tú harás una gira por el continente? Ok, número dos. Pregúntame número dos. No, no haré una gira por una selva. No me gustan mosquitos. ¿Y tú harás una gira por una selva? Número tres, pregúntame. Sí, haré una gira de una montaña. Yo quiero visitar las montañas Appalachia. ¿Y tú harás una gira de una montaña? Again, future tense. And that ends the lesson. So perfect timing here. I love you. Make good choices. Come back to me next class.